Title: Ruth and Her Fake Life. Soft ambient city sounds in the background. Birds, distant traffic, faint waves from the Atlantic. In the bustling streets of Johnsonville, Liberia, lives a young woman named Ruth. She's 25, with a figure that turns every head. Her waist is small, her curves striking, and her beauty undeniable. But Ruth's life, at first glance, is more glitter than substance. Every morning she steps out of her modest apartment, draped in designer clothes, sunglasses shielding her eyes, striding confidently to her sleek black SUV. To the world, she is radiant, unstoppable, a girl living the dream. Yet, behind the glamour, there's a story of appearances, of a life carefully curated, a life that isn't quite real. As night falls, Ruth transforms. She dances under neon lights at Cine Club, Passion Nightclub, Club Monserrato, moving with precision, laughter, and charm. Her phone is never far. Every glass of champagne, every twirl, every smile captured, posted, admired. Friends whisper about her lifestyle. She's living the dream. But Ruth knows, dreams are only dreams if they are real. It was on one of these nights that Daniel appeared. Tall, confident, impeccably dressed, a young man whose life was built on substance, not appearances. He noticed Ruth, not just for her beauty, but for the tension behind her smiles. "You look beautiful, but why does it feel fake?" Ruth laughed it off, fluttering her eyelashes, brushing off the question. But Daniel didn't leave it alone. He asked about her life, her dreams, her ambitions, and when she told him of her businesses, her parents' pride, Daniel sensed ambition, but also a mask she wore for applause. Their paths collided again in the streets of Johnsonville. Neon lights reflected on wet pavement as they walked. "You don't understand," Ruth defended herself. "I work hard. My parents support me because I aim big. I have businesses, investments." For the first time, Ruth paused. Alone on her balcony, gazing at the city lights and the reflection in the glass, she asked herself the question she had never dared to ask. Is this really me, or just a mask I wear for applause? The answer came slowly, in small changes. She began to embrace reality, signing papers for her own business, helping at a local cafe, smiling without cameras, laughing without pretense. And Daniel watched, quietly supportive, intrigued by the woman who had dared to take off the mask. Ruth learned that life could be glamorous, yes, but also real, that ambition could coexist with honesty, and joy could be felt without an audience. And as she danced again, this time in her own room, on a quiet street under the city lights, she smiled, genuinely, at last. Fake life was fun, she whispered to herself. But real life is where the story begins. Soft fade out of city sounds and gentle music, leaving a sense of hope and new beginnings.